Bum, ba-na-na-na. Okay. We're getting back to the stream. We're gonna do some painting proper. And we're gonna do a little bit of yodel ho. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Date Everything. It was a fun, grand old time all day watching variety streamers stream that game. Oh my god, it was beyond cute. Effing cute. Beyond my wildest dreams. Beyond my wildest dreams. Could not have gone any better. If someone says it was a waste of time, I would like to argue you are in fact wrong, and I don't know how to help you. It was glorious. Glorious. Yeah, I have not seen Yab laugh that hard or smile that hard ever. That man looked dumb from ear to ear. And then, on top of that, later this evening, I go to tune into Nerdhala's stream. And you want to guess what she's streaming for her birthday? The exact same thing. It was glorious watching Nerd, because I did make a clip of Nerd laughing uncontrollably at the word Knobgoblin. She ran into Matt Mercer, and he's running a D&D campaign, of course. And as she's playing, he says the word Knobgoblin, which I thought was freaking hilarious. Also, found out she's weirded out by the word champ. Oh, he was a goblin. You missed the any percent Lux Twink run. So it was a great time. You did need the nap. However, yeah. However, for Yab's clip farming, no mana. I believe he's going to replay it. I'm gonna need you to. I'm gonna need you to farm them clips. Get all the embarrassing moments when he's talking to the fridge and he's like being an adult. Oh, that thing is. I did not realize how well done that game was going to be. And then they released it, and it was everything beyond what I thought it could be. Like, I'm sitting there going, man, I might want to check this out. All right. Hope everybody's day's been good. Mock around with meat scooter review of the day. Oh. Oh, I'm aware that you weren't meaning actual meat scooter stuff. Be careful what you wish for, no mana. Be careful what you wish for. Because somewhere out there is a horse girl looking for her horse husband to help with all of the horse things. And I just realized I was using the wrong brown, but that's okay. I mean, them horse girlies tend to be book girlies, and they tend to be they tend to be a little what's known as kinky. Ah, not my kind of horse game. That is correct.
Emotional damage.
N0 Mana Man requests a dad joke.
What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? A tire. What? Yeah, we probably did. SiriBot's not always the best at recycling their jokes. So, I mean, to be fair, I kind of know what you mean, and I knew you weren't. It wasn't going to be anything sexual because it's like, I mean, meat scooters could be ponies, they could be pigs, they could be donkeys, they could be a number of things. Literally powered scooters could have been spider juice for you. I don't know. Mm. I think my skin tone might be too dark. Boom, baby, boom. Be safe. Oh, his booties. I'll do those guys first, and then I'll do his boots. Well, look who it is. If it ain't Katie Lou, hoo, yodelay, hee hee. I am glad to see you weren't trafficked. I know that was a concern, but I'm glad you weren't trafficked. Ba-da-da. That's good. That's good. Congratulations on it going super well. But how's your day been? I've seen you popping in and out of streams. I had a lot of fun with the app this morning, causing chaos and mayhem with date everything, which I thought it was going to be a joke of a game. They really did that game well. Don't let the bed bug monster get you. Yay! Well, I mean, you ordered them. You should enjoy them. It's like J.G. Wentworth. It's your settlement. You get to use it when you want. Hello, Haberwas, guys. I'm glad that your birthday is soon, and that you're feeling well and swell. We don't say hello to Mark. Oh, we have the gloves. I'm kidding. You can say hello to Mark. Supposedly he went live for like all of 5 seconds today. Hello, Mark. And thank you for being here. It's very appreciative of you, Mark. I know it's getting sleepy time in that UK land. Ah. I don't know who is the first person to join the stream. I need to create a first thing. I just haven't. Welcome. What's up, Antifreeze? How are you? Make sure you guys hydrate and don't dehydrate because heat exhaustion is apparently a thing. That was at the beginning of the stream, Mark. I don't count. I usually wait 10 minutes before I go live. Ba-da-da. That's good, antifreeze. That's good. Mm. 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 Good evening, Leighton Roses. How are you? You look around and you see something that could be lurking in the shadows that could resemble No Man a Man or not. The lurk is unclear. Hey, Beulah coming in with the touch grass. Uh-oh. Someone okay? You attempt to fire your arrow and you still miss. His lurk is strong. Taking the first roll of the 6. Well, Orange, glad to be here, King Dixon Balls. How goes the week of your birth? Because that awesomeness cannot be contained to one day. Mm-hmm. That's good. Is your fundraiser concluded? Just out of curiosity. Yes. You did amazing things and you were awesome. What's up? Hi. Hello, my love. How are you? Hmm? Hmm? How are you? Hmm? Who's a pretty kitty? Who's a gorgeous kitty? Hmm? Okay. I'll write down on a list of things to make some phone calls on Friday. Sorry, I had to try to see if I could convince her to go be somewhere else for a few minutes. She's going to be sassy. Calm down. Um, if you can, Layden, drop me his email on Discord. That could be his daughter, but I didn't think she was a streamer. I didn't think she was a streamer. I know she was playing on the PlayStation a lot with friends, but I didn't think she was a streamer. Calm down. Yeah. Just drop me his email to confirm it. I will I will reach out and see if there's anything that can happen and ask questions. No. No. Katra. No. Yeah, it is. But I'm just painting tinks and they're going to look like this at the end of it. So I'm not overly concerned. It's more about being efficient with getting my paint out there and on the figure right now. No, down, down. In my office, it's currently 77 degrees and there's very little humidity. So by the time stream ends, I will be done with the palette anyway. So thank you for that, Layden. I saw it. I'll make calls on Friday, see if I can get a resolution to it. See if there's anything I can do anyway. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. It's not lasting long no matter what I do, but given what I'm trying to get done in the 2 hours I've got tonight, it shall be sufficient. And I've got water drops at the ready to hydrate it more if need be. That's something I should do on Friday as well. Confirm my ReaperCon schedule. There are classes I shouldn't be attending. I need to get rid of some. I did see they posted the 72 millimeter figure for one of the um, I guess you call house faction. I gave a beautiful response of I can't wait to see it in person and buy it and spill all the burgundy wine. I couldn't tell you which one it was I joined. It might be the ghost one. We'll see. It's not like it actually matters. It's just, you know, a goofy, fun thing to have going on at con. Okay. Time for the orange.
Emotional damage.
Layden Ross's request a dad joke.
Layden Ross's requested dad joke. What's a pumpkin's favorite sport? Squash. King's amazing emote. Oh, I got my tea selection thing today. I'll be curious to see how that works out. Riot Sister, welcome in. Be safe. Enjoy your lurk. May it my seemingly fill you. I don't know. Just let me go. Just let me go. Just let it sit, let it marinate. Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Work was a slow, boring, quiet day, and that I'm sure tomorrow is going to lead to a set of meetings that I'm going to be uncomfortably unfun with. And, you know, just goof off and enjoy right now. But how are you, Riot? How fares your day? Tell us of the Grove. Does it support the way it's supposed to? As you can see, Sweet little baby's doing me a heckin' protect right now. You hang in there. It'd be awesome. There's someone we need to stab or maim. Point us in that general direction, and we will gladly do it. Else, we just vibe on. We just vibe on. Keep on vibing. Da-da. Mm-hmm. Way too dark. That's a-okay. It's supposed to be mostly in shadow anyway. That was a big sigh from her. Big sigh. Chunky sigh. So we're trying to get the rest of them to look like this guy just a little bit. Tried to follow a simple. Oh, that's chain. Oh. A simple cell shading rule. Rules of thumb and engagement. Oh, Layden, you still there? We got ads starting soon, and then hydrate myself before I dehydrate. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba. Okay, you don't seem overly interested in it. Hey, Cupcake, how are you? I hope you had a well and swell productive day today. It's been a day. It's okay. It's not been bad. It's not been good. It's just been one of those that is there. So I got to see Yab this morning play Date Me, Date Everything. Some Bushido. Is it the way of the brush? It it's a lot of fun, and they produced it really well. Like I look at it, I'm like, this is a really well produced game for something that was meant to be a joke. Might have gone too dark with my skin tone. I'll need to fix that. You're okay. No, 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 no. All right, let's do the purple. Catra, you can hang out back there, but not up here. This the Bushido story or the story of Date Everything? I, it's just the way that they told everything. It's actually kind of interesting. Like I've seen those games before. I've just never realized like how well they can be done because they can be rather mass produced sometimes. And I mean, mass produced games can be very hit or miss. It's just you know, sometimes it's for the good and sometimes it's not. But given the all star cast of who they had voice acting it, it's kind of all the way on the good. The only single player story that I fell in love with recently um, was the Elden Ring story. I don't know why. I cannot explain why that game held my attention the way it held. And I thought it was just beautiful. Yeah. It's just something about that game just it draws you in and you go, "Man, this is just beautiful." No. I've not. Well, I take it back. I might have. I'm just not thinking of it right now. It's not registering with me. There's Oh, I'll take a look at it eventually. I just that statement right there is hilarious. Moonstone is up there. Okay. Ba- Oh, sorry. I had that enabled. I see you. I have seen something from Bushido before. But yes, that is some top tier stuff right there. That's a beautiful figure. I like that. I like the turtle that you get to paint on. That's a lot of fun. You know, that's how a lot of my miniatures got put together. They start out tacked and ready to go, and then I pulled them apart and started painting them bit by bit. I mean, so when I started painting this guy, his base was separate, his shield is still separate, the body was separate, the butt flap was separate, everything was damn near separate on this guy. Welcome in, Jay. How are you? Yeah, excellent. This guy? Once I finish the underside of his shield, I plan on gluing it together. And then on the front side, I gotta do something. I got a freehand a pattern in there. I too am a fan of that high contrast. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna fail me, Dracoya. Really, Dracoya. Um, I for whatever reason, getting to Chimera's website can be absolutely a pain in the ass. But that's the official box art from Chimera. I didn't want to match it one for one with the colors, so I chose to mix up the colors that I was using. Tried to blend a lot of it together and smooth a lot of it together, build in my contrast and get it up there. Um, for different things. I it's been a that one's been fun. It's not been bad, it's just been slightly challenging to get through it. Welcome in, Halgrat! How are you? Before I do the metallics, I want to fix that skin tone because it's bothering the ever living shit out of me right now. Um, you're not wrong. I think for me, one of the challenges for me personally on that figure uh, is the non-metallic metal aspect of like steel has always been like mind bendy for me. Like I've never been able to wrap my head around making it feel good. And he's the first figure that I actually feel really happy about. Like I look at it and I'm like, I really like this. Like I'm really digging how it looks, I'm digging how it feels, I'm digging a lot of the positivities of it. Um Other figures that I worked on, I just I didn't like them. Like I didn't like the steel aspects of it, and it just bothered me. Um, Overwork it or underwork it sometimes. So I mean, this is a good example of where I have been with non-metallic steel, and this is like one of the first times that I've actually started to like how it was looking using one of my color challenges. You know, working from blue up to something else. You know what I mean? Um, Looking at Puss in Boots here, I only have like the steel up there, but I have all the steel on like the cans right here, and like the expectation of what I thought it would be in my head never quite aligned with what came out on the brush. And that's what kind of gets mind bendy for me sometimes. And that's where I kind of got lost in my own head. Um, so if you do that, Helgrat, it helps so much because the steel, you have an expectation in your head of what it should be, and it's never going to line up until you do it multiple times. Yeah. And that's what it comes down to is, you know, starting to trust the process, building the process up, working your layers over and over again and going back and forth with it. And eventually you'll get to something you like. It's just you don't it just feels so stressful, or does not feel enjoyable to work on it that way. So then you kind of get stuck in between, and it's just not fun. Or it becomes frustrating or stressful, and it's just not fun. And that's where I was getting with some of it in other places, is that steel tends to be one of those that you have to trust the process a little bit more on and get through it all. 1 second. 1 second. Go for it. That frick. Can I show that? You okay if I share that? Oh, that's good. So I like the figure and the art style that you went with. The the sword is fun, and it fits the theme, and it all is jive and jam. Um, but it's not like the focal point. Like when you look at like the Galen figure, though, like his armor and his non-metallic metal is so much of the focal area for it. And that's why I was like, oh, God. That's one of the things that stresses me out. Oh, my God. Your miniature's not real. We're talking about a fantasy freaking Griffox that's riding in a fantasy universe. Calm down, sir. It's a Wendy's drive-through. Uh, Malte! How are you, my little German lover? The Griffin, right? A Griffox running through the fields? Or having arguments of people going, your painting is not real enough, therefore we're going to deduct points. Totally missed that side of the purple. I'm doing. I shouldn't have done the batch painting tonight. I should have done Batman. But that's okay. We're here. We're working on getting it nearly done. You know, I feel like you should always follow the rule of cool when you're painting. And if you enjoy it, do it. Because I mean, so we're going to paint these pieces. We're going to place them on a tabletop. Are they ever going to be seen on? Yay! Just the weapon sprue. Oh. If we're not going to be like streaming them, who really cares? Paint it, have fun, and make your friends smile. That's all that matters. Yeah, skin tone's much better with it redder. Deep brown. All right, it's time for metallics. This guy before something bad happens. You're okay. You're okay. It should be next Sunday is when it'll be next available for use. It is on a 7-day cooldown to ensure that she does not get over anxious for the treat and she does not gain unnecessary weight, just to be safe. But she's very much grateful for everyone that does donate and give her a treat. Set it up that way so I could give it once a week as well. I'd usually try to make sure I give her one a week anyway. It used to be on Fridays, and then Friday got turned to Saturday, or Friday got turned to Sunday because things happened. But she will be a-okay. Can I help you, child of mine? I don't really like that you're over there. Just as an FYI. How you doing, Unhinged? How was your day? Hmm? What's up, sweetie? Ah, getting your stories in. I'm joking. I know it's not real stories. It's just I forgot to paint something. That's excellent. I saw Runic was streaming a little bit earlier today. I was hanging out in his stream, doing that lurking thing. Nerd Holla decided she wanted to play the Date Everything game, and that game is holding my attention for some reason. That's not good. Which bus do you have? I've seen it on Instagram. I'm drawing a blank. I want to say it's half gnome-like looking thing. Maybe. So as a joke, I convinced Yab to play it because I thought it would be very cringy, and sometimes Yab can be pretty cringe. I didn't realize how good it was until I saw an actual stream playthrough of it. I laughed my butt off and had more enjoyable time in the morning watching Yab herpaderp his way through some of that than actually doing work. And then Erica Rishi being in there as a voice actor, mwah! Chef's kiss. She is brilliant. I didn't realize that the Critical Role cast was essentially in there. Robbie Damon, Travis Willingham, Liam O'Brien, uh, Matt Mercer is in there. Yeah. Yeah. My former partner was as well. I'm a little bit more. I've gotten a little bit more spent with Erica Rishi because I don't get to see them all that often, aside from shorts or them doing Dropout TV. Um, but Erica plays uh, Benoit. Are you part of the Chaos crew? The Mighty Nine was my introduction into Critical Role as well. It's. I tried to go back and watch when I caught up on the Mighty Nine. I tried to go back and rewatch the old, like campaign one, but it's so hard to watch that. Be safe. I'm going to go wash over that piece. Oh, that was really crappy with the orange. He's technically a zombie. Probably the first zombie. First intelligent zombie, anyway. There are. So, depending on the story you want to follow, you could argue. So, did you ever watch Creature Commandos by DC or read that comic book? That specific storyline? HBO Max has the Creature Commandos, which is a Task Force X. But essentially, due to legal reasons, they can't have Frankenstein in there, but they can have something like Frankenstein in there. And because it was an Elseworld story, it's a little bit darker than most other DC stories. But the reason why The Bride of Frankenstein was made was to help the Frankenstein. Oh yeah, you can watch it because essentially what it is that Frankenstein gets jealous of the bride to be and the relationships, and the bride runs off and never essentially comes in a relationship with them. Oh, I need to throw that up. Oh, so Frankenstein could, in theory, or did have a gang and was essentially using his wealth to gallivant around the world. and essentially chase after the bride. Which, I mean, more power to you, but it was one of the weirder stories. But I mean, he needs to make a he needs to make a gang so he has a posse to help him. My neighbor was telling me about a new comic coming from Image or a new publisher. I don't think they got off the ground. But essentially it had a man that lived forever kind of deal. And he had to keep people around him that were really intelligent. Like a Vandal Savage, but a good guy sort of deal. I got really fucked up. Probably should have gotten sanded a lot better, but ain't not much I can do about that sometimes. So I mean, that's why I'm like, yeah, he's a zombie. He's the first intelligent zombie, and everybody that he turned after that is going to be slightly dumber than him. My only request is don't make it as complicated as a goddamn fucking GW game. I'm sorry I said that out loud. Or make it easy enough that under teens can play it so that's a little bit enjoyable for them. Because my brother, quite honestly, him and his son play a lot of board games, and he doesn't let him watch a lot of TV. So my struggle is trying to find him games that he can be interested in playing that doesn't have overly complex rules. Like the idea of trying to find like an easy setup and tear down type game. Because you could do yeah. The game is easy. It's all of the rules that go into it, and then trying to get a kid to sit still through some of that. Yeah, it's not easy. I feel that trying to target younger games that have more complex rules, sometimes it works better when it's directed at younger generations. See now that see right there, cheese. That's wise. 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 When you go to sell it or market it, let me know. Because I'll probably buy it for my nephew and niece. Or if you wanted to make it agnostic. Ah, yes, it's all starting to work out for me. The payoff is almost here. Oh. Your might is complete. I don't know. I was thinking about to Dodger and Jesse recently on their Geekenders podcast recently talked about how complicated Magic the Gathering was and how frustrating that gameplay can be at the beginning if you're not used to how it flows. So it's like a very collecting the cards has become the primary hobby, whereas playing the game has become the secondary. Just because of how complicated some of the card game rules are. And the success of a lot of the other games like Hearthstone and I guess you would call clones. Yeah. They're not suffering from the same problems as Magic, and we all kind of look at it as really cool because it's not Magic. That's awesome. You can put those transfers, you have transferable skills. I mean, it's kind of funny because so a work story that I used to frequently go back to, and people would be like, "Oh, I can't believe that." And it's like, "Yeah, you kind of can't." So I used to work for um, a major corporation, like a big Fortune 500. We can promise you the world kind of place. And we quit. And, when the stock price goes down, there's massive layoffs and everybody's just, redundant. And you're playing this game called, do I get to have a job this week? Or it's now becoming the new quarter. Do I get to keep my job because our stock price dropped? So I played the Hunger Games. I played the Hunger Games for 2 or 3 years with the company. And they started to bounce around and come back. And one of the guys I was talking to goes, we always go, oh, boo hoo hoo, these guys. But in reality, they're the ones that got lucky and they got away from the corporate BS where you get like metric to death. So sometimes laying off the employee was a better option and everybody was happier. Like a lot happier. So yeah. Well, you lose marketing, then you lose your design team, then you lose your so you lose marketing, then you lose IT. And then you start losing everything else after that. And then your support services are crap because you don't have anybody that can do the job. It gets crappy. So, anyway, I must put myself to the departure time. We're going to start our right out to laden roses. Yeah. I can imagine how it was for you, sir. But I'd like to say thank you to everybody that hung out with me. Thank you for everybody that was here and participating in chat. Be amazing. Be safe. We shall return to Friday, and we will start working on Galen once more. We're in the final stretch for him. We just need to finish up his backside of the shield a little bit more, and then we'll be good to glue it on, and then we can do a freehand on that front side. So let's go say hello to Raiden. Layden, not Raiden. Wow.